6 months ago, I started selling Pokemon cards full-time as a business. I've met with successful business owners, gone to conventions, tried every form of selling and everything in between to make sure this is successful. And this video is a compilation of everything that I've learned. The good stuff, the bad stuff, highs and lows, and all the weird things that happened in between. So if you like Pokemon, if you like business, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Let's get started where it all began, in my brother's basement on my first episode. This is a Pokemon card, and over the next year, me and my brothers are gonna try to make Pokemon cards our business. Okay, come here, but let me give you some background and some context. Let me formally welcome you to episode 1. My name's Kevin. You'll probably know me as Mondragon on this channel, but earlier this year, I risked everything. I dropped out of college during my spring semester right before graduation to work at a Pokemon card shop full-time. I was able to bring on my brother Snooze and my brother Snooky, and together we built an amazing community on stream. From literally not streaming at all to then 4 months later selling $250,000, which was absolutely crazy. We had all of this success, and then we found out that the owner of the company was telling lies behind our backs and wasn't being truthful about his business operations, and that's all the details we want to go in. But now we are left here with no job, no way to get product, but we can't just give up on our dream. And this account will be documenting all of our steps from stage 1 all the way through to building a successful card shop, and hopefully one day being able to run our own card shop, which is the dream. So we are going to build this from scratch, give you all of the numbers, the insights, our margins, business strategies, and so on. So if that's something you're interested in, if you love Pokemon and want to see where this goes, please consider subscribing. Now, in order to run a successful business, we need to have a brand and a logo. We had so many meetings, we literally talked off and on, came up with so many designs, we sketched, we looked up graphics, we tried to come up with color schemes, and ended up on this one, which we're actually super happy with. Just a little bit about the logo. The 3 Hydra heads, or the 3 dragons, is me, Mondragon, Snooky, and Snooze. And then the colors are the Pokeball colors. Of course, we're a Pokemon channel, Pokemon business, so red, white, black. But I really like this design. I feel like it's professional, but still fun. It has a lot of meaning behind it, and you can interchange the colors based on a Great Ball or a Master Ball, Pokeball, Ultra Ball, for all the different social medias that we're gonna try to do. Now that we have a business logo, let me tell you about our business model. Live streaming has been super successful over the last couple months, I guess 6 to 7 months, especially when Surging Sparks came out, but people have been doing that ever since the beginning of Pokemon, I feel like. So we're gonna try and continue to do that same thing. This is what we did at the shop that worked really well, and if we can replicate that again, I feel like we're gonna be in a good spot. Finding product is definitely the hard part, but our margins for our live stream is gonna be set up like this. We're gonna try to stay 10% below the market and 30% above on our margins. So whatever we buy the product for, we're gonna try to resell it for 30% above. But this is the part where it gets kind of tricky. Because of the platform fees for TikTok, it's usually 6 to 7%, which is where we'll be streaming, plus shipping fees like items and any returns and cancellations. So building that into our model allows us to take around 15% net profit and put everything back into the business to try to make this thing work. It's a struggle because we don't have jobs at this point, but we need to find a way to sustain ourselves while we grow this company. And if you have any more questions about that or our business model and want some ideas for your own, leave it in the comments and I'll answer those as quick as I possibly can, because I want to be open and help you out in your journey as well. But in order to stream, we need a place to stream, and building this place was a hassle.
It doesn't have nails in it. Freak!
Well, the first casualty, I just dropped my phone and it's cracked across the whole thing, but I wanted to show you this.
The year of the dragon.
How's the dragon sound? We're gonna design the coolest stream room you've ever seen in your entire life in my brother's basement. Say hi, Snooze. This is where we're at so far. We messed that wall up, but we're not gonna tell anybody, right?
I won't tell if you won't.
After putting in the final screws and hammering the last board, we got the framing done.
We framed the room.
And it looks pretty dang good, actually.
And it only took us literally less than a day and a half. Dude, we're so stoked, man. This is gonna look sick. Once we get the electrician in here, put in some plugs, and we get some lights and everything, then we can sheetrock it, and boom, we're pretty much done. We already pretty much got all the sheetrock. You can't see it, but there's a huge pile of sheetrock next to you over there.
This wasn't super hard to do. It took us about 3 to 4 days. But let me give you a tour. Now this is our desk setup. We have a key light right there. What we're probably gonna do is use this light to shine on the cards for the camera coming down. The nice part is that this desk raises, which is perfect for having our hands right here opening on camera. It's nice to stand and change every now and then. I mean, setting up this room took a lot of hard work, but we're glad that it's finally finished and that we can hopefully move on to our first stream next week. Please subscribe and help me on this journey. Anything that you can do helps, and stay tuned for our stream results. Welcome back, everyone. Today starts week 2 of trying to build a Pokemon business from scratch. Last week, we built our stream room and made our logo, which looks like this. But today we're running our first stream on TikTok. If you didn't watch last video, I'm Mondragon, and me and my 2 brothers are trying to start our very own Pokemon business from scratch. We are going to be streaming on TikTok and showing you all of our numbers of how we're growing our business from 0 to hopefully $1 million. And we have a lot to do. Now, in order to get a stream started, we need product, and actually this crazy story happened, so listen to this. So my dad actually works at Ace, and he overheard the Ace manager talking about how they were going to get rid of all their Pokemon card product, and they weren't going to order them anymore from their distribution. So we asked if we could meet with him. We pitched to the manager if we could take over their distribution. We don't want to scout from Walmart or Target. And he said yes. I don't know how, but he did. So the agreement we came to is that we would pay for all the product that Ace would then buy for us through their distribution, because they were gonna get rid of it all together. And then once that product arrived, we would have to pay full price of whatever the distribution paid, so Ace didn't lose anything on shipping or any fees that would come in through the distribution. And I feel like that was a pretty good deal, especially where we don't have any product, we don't have a business or a storefront to get distribution. Getting it this early on was honestly crazy, and our order just came in. So let's go pick it up, and then I'll tell you what we got, how much we paid for it, how much the market is, all of our percentages, and go from there. No, I'm just joking. I took my car because I couldn't fit it all in there. They didn't let me film inside, but check this out. Are you ready for the big reveal? 600 packs of Journey Together sleeve booster packs and a display. They gave us a display. I don't know why. So at the time of recording this video, we got them for $6.70. Market price on these packs are $9.50. So we can still sell it 30% above where we got it from and be below market. The other nice thing is that we also sold about $2,000 of this to another streamer that wanted some. So that was very helpful. But in total, we spent $4,020 on these packs. That's crazy to say that we just spent $4 grand on Pokemon cards. First stream is in about 30 minutes, so I'm just putting up the final touches before we go live. All right, we're about to go live, so I will tell you the results afterwards. Wish us luck on our first stream. All right, so the stream just got over. First stream in the books. Hey! It absolutely sucked. It was so bad. So basically what happened is after we got our shop all set up and everybody joined stream, we had like 15 people, which was great. I mean, that's a dub. All of us decided that Snooze would test the shop just to make sure that it was working and that everything was going through correctly. But once he purchased an item, he bought one Journey Together pack. Our whole shop crashed. I don't even know like what happened. So we like tried to figure it out. We looked through all the settings and everything, and it said everything was out of stock on the actual live site, but on our end it said everything was in shop. So we were checking it out. We just kept joining and asked our family to join and see if that was the same thing. Come to find out, there is an order preset limit that I did not know existed. So we looked that up of how to switch it. We switched it from TikTok, and we have to now wait 24 hours, which is so bad. It's not loading.
We're trying to figure out TikTok shop because it's has problems.
I mean, we just spent $4 grand, $4,020, plus like the room setup and all of like the other fees we have to pay to get this thing running. And we did one sale.
We just had our very first stream ever today.
We sold.
We had our first order.
One pack.
Snooze bought it.
And what'd you get? Did you get something good?
I got Lily's Rabambi. So I got something.
And it was actually Snooze. That was our first sale. Like, that's so bad. If you don't know already, Snooze has been trying for ages to hit the walking wake out of
Come on.
temporal forces, and he's
Come on,
never
baby.
hit it before. But because he's been
Come on.
trying so much, we have so much leftover bulk, like EXs and Vs, and even some big cards that he has offered to sell on Whatnot to help fund the business.
Dang it!
I'm not kidding you when I tell you he has tons of singles and tons of actually big hits that we can actually sell on Whatnot. And if you don't know what that is, this is a brief crash course. It's basically like eBay and TikTok merged together, but it's an auction-based platform. And there's basically 3 ways that you can run a live stream. You can do like a chance-based, which people pay for spins or pay for a raffle or a wheel spin or something like that and try to win something big. And usually you have like a set margin into your items and hopefully you can hit that. The second way you can do it is more of like graded stuff or energy breaks, those types of things where basically you pay for an energy slot. You can play a lot more games to try to get audience involved, or you can just put up cards on the screen and auction them off at $1, do a 10-second timer, and then whatever the card ends at, it's final sell. And that's probably what we're gonna do since we have a lot of lower end singles and then some mid singles. The plan is to sell a bunch of these EXs and Vs and full arts for $1 or $2. If we can sell like 5 or 6 of those, we can then put a little bit bigger hits in between those. If we sell below market, that's fine because we made our money on these things. And then at the beginning, we can put like a really big card. At the middle, we can put another big card. And then at the end, we can put another big card to hopefully keep attention for people coming through our Whatnot stream. And all this money, we're just going to put back into our TikTok streams. So I'll show you the values and all that stuff. Hopefully we can run this stream tomorrow and get it set up. So I guess I will see you guys then and tell you the results. Whatnot did a lot better. We ended up doing $631.42 in about an hour and a half. And our totals for the week, our first week of fully streaming on TikTok and Whatnot, we have done $2,639.92 in sales in 1 week. Our profit margins around that 23% after taking off fees is $527.98. I think that's pretty good. Go ahead and subscribe and follow for these next episodes coming up, and we'll see you then. I'm about to apply to every distribution on Pokemon's official website because I'm currently building my dream Pokemon business from scratch with my 2 older brothers, and it's only week 3. Last week, all of our product dropped drastically in value, leaving us with no funds, and our live stream is only in 7 days. But I have a plan. Where'd you get all this? Now I've printed off an entire list of every single distribution and I have it in my hand. And while I'm sending emails, you might have a question like, what is an official Pokemon distribution and why is it so important for us to have one? Well, an official distribution is a company that gets product directly from the Pokemon company who will then distribute or resell that inventory to local game stores and places like your local Walmart and Target. Now, having a distribution means I don't have to worry about authenticity of the product. It's cheaper to get the products and it's shipped directly to me more frequently. But in order to have one, we need 2 things: a game store of our own and funds. Now the rest of the plan to get our official distribution will include 3 major steps: building and creating our own card shop, debating on getting a $30,000 loan, and probably resending emails until I get one. That's the last option. So tomorrow we're going to tackle that next item on our list of starting our very own card shop. It's the next day and I just arrived at the studio after getting shown around some different ideas of maybe where we could put our product and some different things for our displays. We decided we want a lot of sealed product, maybe things that you can't get anywhere else to try to drive in the traffic. But for now, let me tell you the actual idea. Basically, right here are graded stuff. This wall is gonna be the sealed stuff. I mean, that's pretty much all that we got. So now it's time to set up. We don't have a lot of product because we were just making deals off the Facebook Marketplace and some of our personal collection. And moving this display in was absolutely a nightmare.
I'll catch you guys later.
I don't know what was in this thing, but it was so heavy, it'll honestly crush my fingers.
I can't see where I'm going.
We finished getting the display ready. We decided that we were going to put most of our big items on these shelves and our small items down below it. So with one more clean, we were pretty much ready to go. It didn't take long. We put some booster packs in the case next to all of our single cards because I feel like that looked really cool. But check this out. Show them the cool thing. Now that's all ready to go. We got some pre-singing in, some good dancing in from Snooze, getting ready to open up the shop to the public for the very first time, and I'm absolutely stoked. One of the coolest things happened when Colin, my nephew, aka McPromound, shout out him, decided to open up a prismatic 3-pack sticker collection in front of the whole shop. It was electric. So go ahead and enjoy his opening.
These are the stickers. All right.
Can't forget the stickers.
Can't forget. Cool though, that's for sure.
Okay, decent.
All right, decent. I got this guy. Whoa. This one.
Okay.
Connor, give me your energy.
There you go, Pokeball.
There you go. Let's go. Let's go. Got this one.
And a Jolteon. So super cool thing. Most people bought our Journey Together stuff, which I did not think was going to sell, but they were really interested in Journey Together, and then they were really interested in our buttons. Okay, remember that weird place I told you by the trash can? We got buttons, homemade buttons out of Pokemon bulk, which is actually selling pretty darn well, and I'm excited for that. Overall, it was a pretty successful day. We had some people trickle in and trickle out, buy some stuff here and there, and got to talk a lot with the community. I think one of the best parts about living out this dream is not only the experience, but being able to see people's faces when they buy packs that they wanted, see the cool cards that we had in stock, and spend time with my brothers, with my best friend Gribble, the editor. But after all that, I am ready to head home. Okay, so after a full day of running the shop, and I mean, everything went pretty smoothly. It's like 3:30 a.m. and this light is so bright to my face. But if we end up getting a distribution, that means we can have the pop-up shop open full time, which is the dream and what we want to happen. Tomorrow, we're gonna have to make the biggest decision of our lives and actually go through maybe with a $30,000 loan from the bank, which is so scary to think about, but we want this to happen and we want our dream to come true. So we might need to do it. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there tomorrow. It's the next day. Griffin, what did you think about the shop?
It was pretty successful. It's pretty fun. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part, I think, was seeing all the people and seeing their reactions and seeing like the love of Pokemon in everybody.
Yeah, it was super cool. Honestly, yesterday was wild. Today we're thinking about getting a $30,000 loan from the bank, which is risking everything that we've built up to this point. Because if this goes south and we don't sell or we're not able to get distribution, we're just sitting on this money and getting interest, and the company cannot survive that. So it's a big risk, but we're thinking about using that product that we get from the distribution to then flip it quicker, and hopefully we can buy more product, which will give us a better ranking in the distribution. Maybe it'll make them happy, give us more product than other new companies, and we can show that, hey, we're here, we want to buy from you, we want to be serious about this. And that's kind of the plan. This could all end so quickly, but I'm headed to the bank right now, and then I'm just gonna start emailing more distributions, and hopefully we can get somewhere with this. We have about 3 days left before our stream. If we don't get a distribution today, there's no way product's gonna arrive in time. And then our stream's just going to be so bad. So anyways, I'm going to head to the bank right now, and I will see you later. So here I am on my way to the bank, and then after I got back from the bank, I basically just sat there and sent emails forever. I look so dead until I got this notification. You would not believe what just happened. Meg, guess what just happened?
What?
We got a distribution. Look at this. Sorry, I just got out of the shower. But check this out. We got one. Kevin, we are pleased to inform you that after a thorough review of your application, we have approved the opening of an account for your business. Please. And not only did we get one account, but after reading this letter, I got another email just a few minutes after saying this. We have another one. We got two. Wait, look at this. This is from Mad Owl Distributors. That's tough to say. You now have full access to our website, madowl.com. You can now access our pre-order allocation portal, which is used for pre-orders. Let's look over their inventory real quick and see what they got. I haven't logged in, But here are the prices and what they have. Oh my gosh. ETBs for $49.99. Crown Zenith? No way, dude. Okay, I think I'm gonna hurry. Sorry. I'm gonna hurry and order some of this stuff, and then I'm probably gonna call the representative, see if we can get it here in time for our stream. That's just in like 3 more days. But I think we have a good shot. Oh my gosh, look at this. Blooming Waters, $59.99. That is absolutely crazy. Oh my gosh, we've done it. Oh my gosh. Seeing skyboxes. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you what's inside one of these. These are still sealed. Oh, it's so beautiful. Now this one's not anymore. Blooming Water Premium Collection boxes. I got these for $54.99. And I got the second order for $84.99. Celebrations mini tin display. I've already taken out the packs out of here. And the regular Galar Pals, I believe, tin display, I've taken out packs out of here. White Flare and Black Bolt binder collections. And poster collections for Black Bolt White Flare. I got something else though. Wait right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and speed this up because we got a lot of stuff. So let me run you through just a little bit of what we got. Seeing Sky boxes, we got Blooming Waters, we got Black Bolt White Flare ETBs, poster collections, Crown Zenith tins, we have Galar Pal tins, we have celebrations, and so on. That is absolutely wild. And that is absolutely wild. Oh my gosh. Now, all of this stuff will be available on mondragonllc.com, or you can join our live stream where we'll be giving some
Streaming
details on
in
most of this
progress.
stuff. And that's in
If
the
you want to
description
join our
down
stream,
below.
you
So
can
go
click
ahead
the
and
link in the
click that,
description below,
join us,
or you can
and
buy
say that you
from
came from the
our
YouTube video so we can give you something special.
mondragonllc.com.
But now it's time for us to hop into
And
stream.
I will let you know how it goes after and give you the weekly totals and the updates. Stream was over, and I figured I'd show you some of the cool hits that we got. Charmander, Zapdos, Charizard, Charmeleon, Ivysaur. It was sick. We did $1,368 in sales, which was mind-blowing to me, bringing the grand total for the whole 3 weeks we've been doing this to this number right here. I don't know it off the top of my head. This is it right here. Crazy. Things are trending up for next week. Make sure you subscribe.
I wrote down notes and I tried to have things ready for this, but I don't think that's gonna help at all for the situation. As most of you know, I am trying to start my own Pokemon company with my 2 older brothers, and we've been doing it for about a month now, 3-ish, 4-ish weeks, and I've had some really good successes. And this is one of the major setbacks that we've had, and we don't just show the good and the fun and the happy of Pokemon, but some of the bad sides of it too happen in business, and I guess this is one of those things. But me and Snooze and Snooky were scammed $5,000, and if you know from last video, we just took out a $30,000 loan from the bank because we couldn't afford stuff as it is. And this isn't for sympathy or for handouts. I will have my TikTok linked below, but I've canceled the Shopify for now as I try to switch some things around and see what we can do to make it work. And I guess let's just go back this last week of what kind of happened. And I haven't filmed much since this happened, and I'll just kind of tell you what the story was. And I've been watching PokeVault and his situation, and I think he's handling it really well with what happened to him. And I kind of want to follow suit of that same way, where it's more for exposure than to gain anything myself. And I feel like a lot of us, when stuff like this happens to us, we don't talk about it a whole lot or mention it, and we feel very secluded or dumb or silly for the things that happened that we got scammed. But I think it's important to actually talk about it and to share the story. So, without talking too much, basically what happened was we've had this English distribution kind of come through a little bit for us, and as most of you know, with even with distribution, sometimes it's hard to get products. So we wanted to move into some Japanese product that we could get from a supplier. So we watched a bunch of videos about how to go about that and to find them on Instagram. And we ended up spending about 2-ish, 3 weeks searching through different suppliers on Instagram that we could try to find. And nothing really felt right or solid. And then we found one about a week and a half ago from a supplier. And I can't even remember their names. I can't find their Instagram. I can't find any social media with them anymore. And it's just kind of like vanished as they do. But I looked over everything. I sent it to Snooze to look over their Instagram page and their sales and all their references, and everything was turning out really, really solid. And we thought for sure we had one. We wanted to make sure that it was real, and we sent it to Snooky, who also back checked everything. And they've been posting for a while with people's, I guess, orders and where they were going to. And they had around 6,000 followers on Instagram and had a bunch of comments on all their videos, and different people every time that were commenting. It wasn't just the same person, which was, I felt like, a good sign. So we ended up putting in a order of around $4,000 in product, and they asked for a Wise payment, which, after researching, I know a lot of companies ask for a Wise payment, and that's like an easy way to transfer between English to the currency in Japan. And so that was on track. I don't have that at the time, so I just asked if there would be a different way that we could pay, and they said for sure we could maybe do a Venmo or something of that sort so we can have something on record. So they sent me an invoice, and everything looked legit. And these guys really, I mean, looking back, it feels silly, and I feel, really uncomfortable talking about it. But they did. They sent me an invoice, and everything looked legit. And they sent me my shipping number and everything from their shipment people that were that's also a fake company, by the way. Their whole shipping department wasn't even real. So that was all just another scam in itself. But what happened was I paid that $1,600 through Venmo, and the first one went through. The second one didn't go through, and Venmo kind of blocked it, and that should have been my first sign. But I was like, I'm already $1,600 in this, and everything looks legit, and they can't send me my product for the streams that are coming up. So, not trying to be too dramatic about it, but then I sent another $800 to another in another Venmo payment the next day, and I was able to then finish sending the extra, however much I needed to make that $4,000 for our payment. In order to ship it, the shipping company got in contact with me. Through my email, and this was another red flag, but they asked for importation because they handle all the shipping, is what they told me. And so they handled the shipment and importation stuff for the company that was traveling back and forth through the border from Japan. And this is kind of when everything was going kind of crazy with the importation tariffs. So that made sense. I looked it up on Google to see if that's what actually some companies do, and it said that they did. And then I had the editor, Griffin, look it up as well. And that also matched with everybody's that we thought was legit and real. And we didn't have really too many concerns about it until about a week or so later. I still haven't got any update with what was happening. Or I guess a couple days later. There wasn't like a confirmation email or anything sent to me. and they reached back out and said that they had some other complications with importing our products, and that it would cost a little bit extra to get it across than what they thought of because it was a little bit heavier of an item, or I guess a shipment. So that's when I kind of realized that maybe something was up, and I ended up back checking even deeper into the company, and I found, and I mean, I spent maybe 30-45 minutes after that initial contact of them saying they needed more money to get it to me, where we were like, we had a discussion and we were like, well, we're $4,500 into this, so we need to pay that extra. I don't remember how much it was. It's kind of all a blur right now. I was like 200 or 300 or something to get that imported to me. And we ended up deciding like, well, we're already this far in. Let's just see if it's actually legit and if it'll actually get here. To which, once I paid that, then another fee came up, and then we knew that it was indeed a scam. I back checked the shipping company, and I found one page on their amazing website. Everything was great, by the way, but I found one hidden page in the back that had like just the founders, and I went into the founders section, and under the founders section, they didn't have anything about any of the founders. It was just a made up paragraph that you can do with like HTML and all the coding indexes just to add a fake paragraph. And I knew it because I took coding during college, and every paragraph started with the same word, which was the word that you have when you just generate a random paragraph and how many words you want it. So I knew that that was a scam, and of course, right when I figured it out, they asked for that money, and I told them no, and that I've already given them enough, and that isn't a real thing that they're asking for. And then the shipping company messed up and accidentally let some information go about my order that they weren't supposed to tell me, and you could kind of hear over the phone that the guy was a little bit jumbled, trying to explain why he needed this extra money. And then ever since then, they just vanished. They're like, and within 10-15 seconds, I couldn't even like go back to their account or anything. Everything was gone. Their 6,000 followers on Instagram, their Facebook handles, their websites, their shipping company, everything was gone and like blacklisted, and I haven't been able to find it since. But I'm gonna have to find some new ways to grow this company now that we're down $5,000. Might have to start going to some conventions in person, try to sell to some of our excess of our personal items to try to make up the difference so we can pay our interest payments for our company. But this is kind of the real side of it, and if I've jumbled on for too long, I am a little bit flustered here, so the notes and stuff didn't really help too much. But don't feel alone in the hobby when stuff like this happens, and you're not, and it happens to all of us. Hopefully not all of us. It happens to most of us when we least expect it, and it can happen to anybody. And I never thought that I'd be somebody that would get scammed, especially after watching all these videos of what to watch out for and what to check and how to look on their reports and all their past sales and everything like that to make sure that they're legit companies. So super sorry that this isn't a very happy progress video that we usually do on this channel about growing our company from scratch. But this is the reality of what happened to us and our company 4 weeks in, which is kind of crazy. That I don't know. I'm frustrated, and I'm embarrassed, and I'm sad, and I'm nervous for what the future holds now that we're down this money, and we're gonna have to try to figure out some way to get out of it, or the company's not gonna make it into the next couple months. But we've seen progress, and we know that it's possible to do. It's hard to swallow that pill and understand that this is the reality of it now. So I will probably be back with more videos and more ideas here in a little bit. If you have any other comments or ideas of what I could do at this situation and this point in the company, please let me know. And yeah. I'm in the middle of creating my dream business with my two brothers, and we are losing money fast. If you're new here, I'm Mondragon, and me and my two brothers over the last couple months have gotten an official distribution, sold on TikTok pretty well, and now we are down $5,000 due to a scam, which still eats me every time. But it's time to move on. Here's the plan. This is what we're gonna do. Essentially, it was time to learn and network. If I don't have product, that means somebody else does, and I could maybe potentially use their product to help our business grow. But who? I still have no idea. Just kidding. I'm on right now to meet the secret seller. He is asked to remain anonymous, so I will not be able to record any of our interaction. But I will meet back with you guys right after I'm done. Apparently, he has some crazy stuff for us. And from what it sounds like, this could actually save our company and help us make back that $5,000 that we got scammed in the last couple videos. So that would be really awesome. I'll talk to you after I'm done meeting with him. We have been at this for like 7 hours. It's taken over the whole table. We are now hour 25. Same table, same cards. It's now dark outside. The convention's tomorrow morning, and we're racing to get it done. Okay, so the one thing that nobody shows you, I feel like, when they're doing these things, is when they're late at night, at like 2 in the morning, trying to get their stupid Plinko board to fit in the car that's too big for it. Let me show you what we're working with here. Exhibit A. You see, it's hanging out of this side. You can maybe close the door right there, but when we come over to here, this clearly is not going to shut. With the cosign deal, he gave us about 400 slabs to take to a convention or an in-person show and try to sell it there, which is going to be our best bet. If we can't even get our car packed though, we're going to miss our table spot and it's going to be given to somebody else. So it starts in like 20 minutes and we haven't even got to our table yet. Time was running out and people were already starting to come in before our table was even set up. I didn't know that in-person conventions were this intense. We started setting up our table and there were thousands and thousands of people coming in. We have one of the cases done and it looks super good. I'm stoked on our cosign deal, so let me show you what else we have. I'm gonna talk kind of close to the mic. I'm in second place for those that watch the stream. We did bring the Plinko board to get their stupid Plinko board to fit in the car. But what should I open today? We got a bunch of cool stuff. Fossil slabs, base set 2, we got blisters. Journey as the bottom prize. Super excited for that. And this is kind of what we're working with up front. I'll go over the case. A lot of you guys have asked why we use tag and what our grading process is, so I'll make a whole separate video explaining all of that, but for now, let's focus on the convention and what we have in these binders. In here, we got more of our expensive singles, so the Charmeleon, the Tyranitar, stuff that we got from our mystery binder on our other channel. And then in the back, we actually have some vintage. This is gonna be not super crazy, but still vintage is really fun. I'm sure people will like that. We'll see how that goes because we haven't done a whole lot of vintage in the past. But we got some cool first edition stamps, Lieutenant Surge Pikachu. And then in here is all the crazy stuff. This is the first time I've had vintage in a case, so I'm super excited to see how that all goes. But now that we're set up, we've had some people want to play the Plinko board. You got it! You got it, dude!
Should I just grab it?
Grab it, it's all yours.
And since he got what
Nice,
he
man.
wanted, I figured it was time for
Enjoy it.
Snooze to get something that he's wanted for a long time.
It's time.
What is it?
This is your gift.
Is it a Psyduck?
If you hate it, you don't have to do anything with it.
Is it a Psyduck? Oh! It's a walking wig! It's been 10,000 years.
I know you haven't pulled it, but it's in person, it's in your hands.
I know, but it's like, it's so cool to see it, but it's like, I didn't pull this. This isn't mine.
News has been trying to pull that card for like 2 years, and he's never had it. And we have this weird feeling that if we don't pull the card ourselves, it's not ours. So even though we have it in our hand, it just doesn't feel quite right. So like literally after the camera turned off, 2 minutes later, he went around and just sold it.
Dang it!
Maybe one day he'll pull it. Who knows? Honestly, it could be a couple years. But the convention went pretty well. We had a lot of people stop by the table. We were on the upstairs, which wasn't as good as the downstairs. Next time, we're definitely going to get downstairs. But we have had some people that came up and they wanted to buy a big bulk collections, and that helped us out so much.
Nathan, I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I've never been so tired in my entire life. I just got my cavity taken care of too, so I look like I'm having a stroke or something. I'm not. I'm totally fine. We did end up getting super lucky. We had someone came by and bought our entire lot out in one of the conventions. So, I mean, that was freaking amazing. That doesn't happen like at all. Don't expect that to happen because that's probably just a once in a lifetime situation that came by, and a super big blessing for us. So we're super. My whole mouth is numb. All in all, we have done this amount, which leaves us a pretty good chunk of change that we can use to pay off those loan payments and anything else that we need to. I think we're definitely going to be doing some more conventions in the future, and we're going to start streaming on Whatnot more often. So that's exciting for these next videos. Please subscribe, and we'll see you there. I just signed up for 4 selling platforms because I want to know which one gives you the best seller's experience. I've been selling for a while now, and I honestly haven't done that bad. But I always think to myself, will I sell more somewhere else, or is the shipping going to be quicker or more manageable than what I'm doing right now? To put this to the test, I'll be selling in 4 unique ways, and I'll be ranking each of these ways based on these 3 factors. So without further ado, let's test our first method.
Now, TikTok is where I primarily, wow, that is a difficult word. TikTok is where I primarily sell all of my products, my best month being $70,000, but the hardest part about it is finding sealed products since we do live rip and ships. But today, we got a restock. Ooh, ooh, yeah, restock. Oh, yeah. Well, that wasn't as cool as I thought it was going to be.
We have some prismatic and mega evolutions,
I opened this one because I wasn't sure what it was. It was my sealed case of ETBs.
Paldean Fates, and some other items as well.
Now for our live stream, what we're going to do is switch over to bundles so I can give you free shipping. I can give you discounts because I've bundled items together, which makes it a lot easier for me to sell and to ship.
My shop used to look like this, but now that I've updated it, it looks a little bit more clean and professional, but I have been noticing a decline in sales.
But we're going to keep going, and we're going to see if it changes today.
So after restocking and getting all my items ready and set, we ran our live stream, which actually went decently well. We sold about $347, which gives us a score of 2 out of 5 on our sales. Lower selling streams mean less fun, but it's time for our shipping.
All right, Dominic, coming your way, big guy. Okay, you gotta like understand. This guy has bought like so many things.
Thank you so much, by the way. We appreciate it.
I'm trying to find a box that will all fit in.
Shipping is honestly pretty straightforward with TikTok. Give it a 4 out of 5, which brings our total score to 8 out of 15. Let's head on to our next method. Whatnot. Yeah, Whatnot's up next. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing.
We're just going to go for it. Because if we can flip this pretty quickly and get that 50% on our co-assignment deal, that'd be freaking awesome. That would like almost pay for all of the scam that we lost.
A cosign deal is when someone gives you their product to sell for a certain percentage, so that's what I'm going to run my stream with today.
Okay, so that went surprisingly well.
So good.
With our cosign deal, he gave us a bunch of vintage slabs, so that is what we sold on our Whatnot stream, and we honestly sold over 130 orders. It was
We
crazy.
did Gyarados, Blastoise. That one was not vintage, but it was fun. They requested it. And I kind of like going with like the individual requests because it keeps like the viewers engaged. It keeps it fun. It keeps them seeing cards that they want to see.
We have a lot of like tons of vintage singles, binders full. You know, you can't get everything graded, but but it was also really nice that we had a lot of vintage stuff so that when people requested things, we could be like, oh yeah, we got a couple of those. So, and we still got tons more. If you weren't in the Whatnot stream, you need to get in the Whatnot stream. We did vintage slabs the whole time. It was a blast.
Definitely a 5 out of 5 for fun, but how does shipping work?
We're not gonna have enough space for this. It's like a clown trick, you know, with like the endless handkerchief. Like, when will it stop? How is he doing that?
What Snooze is holding is called receipt paper. Basically, you print off all of the receipts of everybody's order and then you match them with the items that they got. But we ran into a small problem.
Figure out if we're actually getting...
So, come over here. All this mile roll that we did, we're gonna redo because it's printing it backwards. It has like their name,
Can you throw that away
what
from me
they
too?
ordered, and then it goes up the paper the opposite way.
We don't want to risk missing anybody's order up, so we are going to do this all over again and have to rematch everything.
All right,
I'll go through the
we got it figured out. So now, name's up here, and then it lists it this way, so you know like where it's actually gonna end. Before it was like name was down here, and then it listed everything up this way, and it was really confusing. So we got it figured out now.
While going through and matching the rest of the orders for the next couple of hours, we realized that something else wasn't right.
So I ended up making a problem when I did my Whatnot stream that I didn't realize. I clicked, so I had a listing of vintage singles and a listing of vintage slabs, and I would just run the auction by clicking the tab on the phone just to run the next auction. I didn't realize it, but it went back and forth from a slab to a single listing. So all of the order numbers are mixed up, and I'm gonna have to go back through and individually see which order was bought in what order so I can rename all of the 97 orders. And this all has to be done before Monday, because if it doesn't get shipped out Monday, then we're gonna get a ding on our Whatnot shipping policies. So that's what I'm gonna do right now.
With another setback that's happening, this is honestly like a 1 out of 5 experience. I hate every minute of this.
It is 1 a.m. I feel like there's a lot of times where it's 1 a.m. when I'm talking to y'all.
Shipping's done. Hey, look at that. We had to get a bigger box because we couldn't fit all of our items in. So thank you all for showing up to the Whatnot stream.
We have 650 more slabs coming in so we can run some more Whatnot streams. So far, we have done this much in sales and this much. Come on, hold it out with me. Hold out the hand. And we've done this much in profit.
Now, we only run an hour Whatnot stream and sold that much, so we're going to get a 4 out of 5, bringing our total to 10 out of 15, and up next is going to be live events. To sell out this live event, we graded a bunch of cards with our favorite company,
They
Tag.
gave us a sticker. One of the nice things about Tag is that they individually wrap every one of your cards that you submit in this like plastic protective seal.
I'll talk about why I use Tag Grading Company instead of others in the next couple videos, but we had to unpackage all of these and get them ready for our show. We figured we were going to sell slabs mostly, so after we unwrapped everything, we packed up the next morning for our
We're
show.
just about to head over to the trade show. I didn't get any sleep at all, maybe 2 hours. So we're gonna see how this goes, but check out like all the stuff that we brought. I don't know if this is enough, if this is too much. I've never done this before. So we got the sheet right there just in case. We got our glass cases for our display, more shelving, and then inside here is what's crazy.
As we got to the show, we realized that we probably should have bought a lot more sealed and a lot more singles, but this was an amazing opportunity.
A lot of stuff.
This is one of our first conventions that we've ever sold at, and I feel like our cases were looking pretty good. Again, mostly Tag, mostly singles, and Griffin right here was making his first deal with Black Bolt and White Flare ETBs. We sold each one for $75 each, which we feel like was a pretty fair option, and honestly, this show was going fairly well, and we were surprised at how many people showed up to our booth.
So good, actually. Just selling stuff, you know?
This place was crowded, and it also gave us an opportunity to buy some
Okay, so we just took in, oh, look at that bad boy. Ethan's
I wasn't able to film a whole lot because we were so busy, but as quickly as the show started, it was over.
Honestly though, not a bad first show. I feel like we could have did a lot of things different that would have made it a lot better. Make more singles, more variety for people, and then everybody wanted vintage. And he's the problem. Yeah, he's the problem.
Honestly, the vintage was a surprise. Just got lucky.
No, this was so much fun.
This was probably one of the best shows that I've ever been to, giving it a 4 out of 5 on the fun scale.
We got Ho-Oh in for a trade. A super old pack that's probably gonna go in one of our bundles for one of our hidden bags. And
And then, of course, you know, some other cool stuff. We sold nearly $2,000, but because it was an all-day thing, we gave it a 4 out of 5, and our shipping, since we have none, is a 5 out of 5, giving us a total of 13 out of 15 for our live events. And now it's time for our last one, Facebook. Facebook Marketplace is next on the list, and I honestly have no idea what I'm doing, but I set up a listing last week, and we're going to see how it did. I logged into Facebook. I went to my seller center to see all the listings that I had and to see how many clicks I got, which was absolutely nothing. I should have signed up for eBay. There is a lot to improve on, but live events takes first place, and our final score for Facebook ends up being 1 out of 15. I'm outside one of the biggest Pokemon operations in the whole country to ask the owner one simple question. I've come today to ask you one special question. Is it worth it to start a Pokemon business right now?
I would say...
But before that, how about a tour? If you're new here, I'm Mondragon, and me and my brothers are trying to start our own Pokemon business from scratch, and today we are taking an inside look at the $12 million operation at Crave Collectibles. Stick around because the owner will be giving us his secrets on how to start our own Pokemon businesses
if
today.
you guys want to take a little tour of the shop, I mean, we started out as a 100% sports card store.
Okay.
Now we actually do 60% sports. I mean, 60% Pokemon and 40% sports.
Really?
So, I mean, as you can see, we have a plethora of Pokemon product, any booster boxes, ETBs, vintage packs, slabs, singles, anything you want. I think it's good to stay diversified for sure. But yeah.
What's the thing with Pokemon centers and the regular ETBs all the way through? Is that a preference or is that like a selling item or a selling tactic?
There's always somebody that wants the regular one. There's always somebody that wants a Pokemon Center. I mean, the Pokemon Center, you have the upside of grading the promo, and I mean, an Obsidian Flames Charmander, I think, is doing over $2,000 or whatever it's at. I mean, it's crazy right now.
That's crazy.
But I mean, even the raw card, again, you're only at a $200 card, and the Obsidian Flames, the regular Charmander that comes in that's probably, I don't know, 30 to 40 bucks. I haven't checked in a while, but when you're buying those, definitely the better value in terms of just buying at a raw card and the regular packs is definitely going to be the regular ETBs. The Pokemon Center, you're really just shooting for that 10 on the promo.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Never open a Pokemon Center.
Yeah.
Unless you're Bailey. He opens them up daily for some reason.
I don't touch
You
those.
do. As we get moving on here, what's kind of your origin story? Why did you start Pokemon? I know you've probably been asked quite a bit, so you have it memorized pretty good, but...
Yeah, I mean, we started, like I said, as a 100% sports card store back in the day. I bought a storage unit, sold it. Made like $30,000 off the cards that were in the unit.
Okay, hold up. He bought a storage unit and sold it for $30,000. And then he goes on to say this.
I'm willing to give anything a try. You know, fail fast, fail cheap is the one thing I learned during college. If it doesn't work, we'll cut it off. But it worked, and 5 years later, like I said, now we do more Pokemon than we do sports.
So as I was thinking about his success, I wanted to ask a question that would help both me and you as we're trying to grow our own business. So I asked him what was the most beneficial tip he had to grow right now.
Really, it was just getting on apps like Whatnot, eBay, all the different apps they have now to look up pricing. And just, I would sit on Whatnot because that's really the only streaming platform that was popular, 4 or 5 years ago. But I would sit there and have 2 screens pulled up. One of them would have eBay or price charting or whatever it was at the time, and the other one would have the stream. Every time somebody would run a single, I'd look it up as fast as I could and see the type of value that they were getting. And I learned the market very well within 1 to 2 months because I was just constantly, I mean, you're looking up 300, 400, 500 cards a day.
Yeah.
And so once you do that over and over and over and you see what the market's actually paying, you can learn really quick.
With that information, he was now ready to show me his favorite thing in the whole store.
Yeah, so,
I'm getting antsy.
So my favorite piece in the shop, I can show you guys that.
Yeah, please.
The fossil uncut sheet. So these were given out at the toy store back in the day. It's like a promotional item. I want to say there were 500 or 1,000 of them given away. Not all of them survived, but we do have one here. I think we've owned either 2 or 3 of these, but I've been offered some pretty good offers for this. I don't really want to sell it. We have 2 other sheets there as well.
Oh my gosh.
So we have the Neo Common Uncommon.
Where do you find these?
And then we have the top spoil sheets. people hit us up with them. I find them on Facebook groups. Anytime it's a good deal though on a sheet, I'm buying
It was honestly crazy seeing that in person, but I figured out that he streams and I stream, so I had to ask him this. Do you mind showing us the streaming room?
Yeah, you can come on and see it real quick. It might be a little messy, but
Uh-huh. This is probably the cleanest it's ever been.
probably not. Not with these guys.
Oh, they're
So they're actually live streaming right now. You can step in.
Oh,
and show
sweet.
them the
I
camera.
appreciate it. How are you guys?
We're doing all right. How are you? Good to see
Doing
you
great.
guys. What's up?
Hey, what's up? How are you?
Boss.
Yeah,
Doing some
they're
ripping
live,
right now.
just ripping and
Maybe you could see something big.
doing a few different things.
Maybe something bigger. Here, let's get a good pack to go right now.
Last
You guys
one.
ready to see it? Where it's at.
That
Here it
is.
goes. Where it's at. Yep, the gold.
V-Star, Crown Zenith.
Ready? Then we'll take the Caldeo. Beautiful. Oh my.
Oh my God, that's it right there.
That's sick.
Oh.
And with that, we have to leave. That was crazy. So much energy, so much stream going on everywhere. Oh, fun to see. Fun to
Yeah,
see.
so we operate.
So that's one.
Actually,
You're wanting 2 or 3 of these
We
rooms?
already operate 4 of these.
4 of these.
So we have 3 actually running right now here, and then we have 1 back in Alabama as well. So we're doing that all day, processing 700-800 orders a day.
Holy cow. So what is your shipping process like? Like if someone was to get into Pokemon cards and they're selling, how do you streamline your shipping the best?
We have my wife and one other
There it
person
is.
that comes in at
That's
8
all you need to
a.m.
know.
And
The real boss.
yeah, they come in at 8 a.m. and they get to it, but really it's just we just lay our stuff out, double bubble mail everything that's under 200, pretty much everything over 200 in terms of slabs gets put in a box. Any raw cards over like 500 get put in a box. And I mean it's just super efficient because you're using the same size packaging for pretty much everything.
Yeah.
You have 1 package that's for ETBs, 1 package that's for collection boxes. Everything else is in boxes that are, I don't know, 3x5x8 or something, and the rest of them go in bubble mailers, same thing over and over and over. And once you get repetition, it becomes pretty easy. We can usually ship that many orders in 2 to 3 hours.
Wow, that's impressive. So I see like you're streaming on your phone. Do you think it's more important to stream with a super nice setup, nice quality camera?
So we
or
have
from
that
the
here,
app?
and in the back we have an OBS setup as
Oh,
well.
really?
We just started using that actually. For 5 years, we've used nothing but a phone in our hands. Obviously, I think for user experience, OBS setup with face cams can be really good if the person is energetic that's behind the camera.
Yeah.
If the person's not very energetic behind the camera, then using a face cam is not going to be very beneficial. It might actually hurt the stream.
Yeah.
So, but first and foremost, you need to be energetic if you're streaming anyways.
Yeah.
So,
And hand cam's just a little bit more safe, a little bit more comfortable for people.
For sure.
Gotcha.
Well, not everybody wants to show their face on screen.
Cool. Well, we're wrapping up here. Any other cool things you want to show up to the shop? How it works behind the scenes?
I mean, I've kind of shown you guys, given you guys more insight than I've given most people.
Let's
on
go.
videos, but yeah, if anyone ever has any questions, we're always here to help. Also, like if you're ever thinking about vending, opening a shop, anything like that, somebody says it's not the right time right now. Well, the right time is any time that you're willing to work hard and be consistent. I think vending is a great way to get into this. Coming and just opening up a shop I don't think people really understand the sheer amount of work that goes into running a shop. I couldn't even anticipated that amount of work when I first started. It's gotten better because we have an amazing team here, but I mean, you're talking about it took 15 hours a day for 4 years to get to the point where I can leave for a week and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. What's the biggest thing about vending that someone needs to know? If it's their first show ever. Ours was just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
First
I remember
show.
I basically bought out their whole table.
What you should have told us before we went there, what would you would have said?
Yeah, I mean, basically have your stuff priced, be ready to go when you pull up. The more you're willing to negotiate and work with people, the better relationships you're going to be able to build. Obviously, if you have the cash flow to buy, buying's huge because people come up to your table just to sell and then they might turn around and just buy, which they could trade. But either way, you at least put some money in their pocket. They go somewhere else, they can trade with you, whatever. Being able to buy, trade, and sell is a huge part of that. But yeah, and then just being personable with people.
How much of a collection do you think someone should bring to their first show, like value-wise?
I mean,
Or doesn't
to
it
make
matter?
it worth it, it does matter in terms if you're going to make money or if you're just going to have a good time. I mean, if you're just going to have a good time, you know, bring whatever you want.
Yeah.
But if you're going to really make money and treat it as a business, then I mean, if a table costs $250 and you're local, well, probably if you bring $5,000 worth of stuff, you could make money. Now, if you're traveling to a Collecticon, a front row card show, the National, a bigger show where you're spending, you know, $1,500 on a set of tables, you've got $200 in food, $300 plane ticket, a $300 hotel. People don't realize. I mean, just for one person, that could cost you $2,500. We bring a team, and it can cost $5,000 to $8,000 a show. Well, if most people work on an average between 20 and 30% margin, I would say. Well, if you're doing 20 to 30% margin, you got to make back $5,000. Then you've got to sell a lot of stuff to make $5,000. I mean, if you sell 25 grand at 20% margin, that's $5,000.
Yeah.
So you have to bring a lot of product. So I would just say be leery of that for sure.
So now it's time for the moment that we've all waited for. The special question. Is it possible to start a Pokemon business from scratch and have it be successful? Here is Bailey's answer. I've come today to ask you one special question. Is it worth it to start a Pokemon business right now?
I would say it's a lot more expensive to start a card shop right now, or a stream, or really any part of the business. But I think, you know, if you just stay level-headed, you take, you know, minimal risk in terms of, you know, calculated risk per se, you'll be fine.
Hey there, it would mean the world if you would watch that video right there and maybe subscribe right there. Okay? All right, I'll see you in the next one. Good morning, cute trainers. Chances are, if you clicked on this video, you want to sell Pokemon cards full-time like I do. I only have a couple more months left of this challenge to start a Pokemon business from scratch in under a year. Last week, we toured a very successful card shop, and they showed us how to source product and gain product. It was awesome. Today, we have a new shipment of product coming in and a very big, very important card show that we'll be going to later in the day. But first, morning routine. I first brush my teeth, then take a shower, then I go ahead and move over to breakfast. This morning, Dr. Pepper. It was amazing, trust me. After the amazing breakfast, I went downstairs and changed so that we can be ready for the day. We are ready now, just about to head over to our event. It is an all-day event. Literally, if you want to sell Pokemon cards, what it's really like. We woke up at 8, which is not bad, but we have our event from 10 until 9, and then set up and take down. That adds on another 30 minutes to an hour. It's going to be crazy, but let's pack up the car and let's hit the road so we can get there on time. Here we come, baby. Here we come. We're here at the shops at Southtown. Finally made it to our big convention, but this time we're on the main floor.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
That's how we do it, baby. That's how.
So we probably need to get in and set up, huh?
Yeah, we're a bit late.
Let's go. We are here. I'm gonna take this off one of these times. Don't ever put this on the shirt. Just getting ready to set up. Griffin's over at the table. We're gonna go check him out, see how he's doing. We got like 10 minutes before the show starts. As I got to the table, Griffin was setting up our singles and our graded. Our singles look amazing. We have that Zard, we have that Clefairy, some other cool cards in there, and then deals were coming in left and right. Before we could even finish setting up, we had people coming in for our Umbreons, our Raichus. Everything was going smooth until we got challenged by these kids.
Kenny. Owen. Fat Alright, they want heads. We're taking tails.
Just for some context, this is a double or nothing coin flip of over $150. And after explaining the game, we decided to flip right on the table.
Holy aura, bro. By the way, this has been worth it. This has been fun all day. 3, 2. Thank
for your trouble. Thank you for your trouble.
We are victorious. I gave them a card and they wanted to cash out immediately, so I gave them a quarter for it. And all in all, it was a successful coin flip. We are 1-0 for the day.
We do it, baby. That's how we do it. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we got. A beautiful Lucario. An Arceus Rainbow. Come on, a Gigalith and a Zardy Boy. All for free.
Now, vending at a card show can be a lot of fun, but it can also be super stressful. There's tables everywhere, there's cards everywhere, there's binders left and right. So how do you know as a vendor what to sell? Well, what if I told you this whole time I've been using a little secret that I like to call Collector? No, I am not sponsored by them. It's just very useful. So let me tell you what I've done to prepare for the show. Essentially, this app is called Collector. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Pokemon, go to Sets, and then you're going to click on whatever set you want. I'm going to choose 151 in this case because it's one of my favorites, of course. And then you're going to go to Show Set Analytics, and you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom where you can see a card breakdown of the most wishlisted items. This is everybody in the whole hobby, I would say, that uses this app is wishlisting certain cards for their sets that they want. This is going to give you a good recommendation, supposedly, of what you can have on your table that could kind of bring some people in to get some sales. Let's do another one here. Crown Zenith. Let me get to it. Okay, Crown Zenith. Mewtwo V-Star, Mew, Giratina Arceus. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find these in both a 10, graded, and then I'm going to find them raw and run them side by side and see how that goes. Maybe that'll be beneficial. Now, this is going to take some time, and the budget is going to be different for everybody, so make sure as you're going through this, you're making a note of prices and which cards you can afford for your table. But after all of our cards came in at a 10, and we got all of our singles ready to go, let's see an update of how it's actually doing. So I've already lost my Charizard. I've already had a bunch of interest on the Clefairy. I've lost my Mew from Crown Zenith. But the same cards in 10s are just not doing the same. Where did my Mew go? My Mew's right there. So I'm not sure if that's a correlation. It might just be because I use tag and I don't use PSA. And I mean a lot of tag slabs. I'll make more videos about it later on. I promise. We'll keep going. We have a couple hours left and kind of see overall what we do, and the profits and the costs will be at the end of this video. So, and while I've been doing that, Griffin's been doing something probably even more important than me.
We picked up all these cards right here, and a whole bunch more in here and here and here, and they kind of, as you can see, they kind of just get, wait, there you go. As you can see, they kind of just get everywhere.
Griffin is pricing our cards, making sure they can get back on the table as quick as possible. And if you're going to vend, I would recommend bringing a friend to do this, because while somebody is doing that, pricing and grading, you can meet other cool people like Colin. Colin just came by, watched me film all that B-roll, made fun of me the whole time, but we had some cool cards coming out. Colin, how do we feel about the trade in general?
Dude, I'm really happy about the trade. I was telling Kevin here, I'm interested about vending as some myself as well. He allowed me to pick his brain a little bit, but happy with the trade that we got. We got some cool cards.
They're sick.
So, yeah, pretty got a little bit of cash on hand too.
And then he's going to send this into grade, and he's going to let us know in the comments when it comes back what it actually came back as. We think it's a 10. We'll let you know. But Colin, I appreciate you coming by.
Dude, thanks. Appreciate you.
It's been nice meeting you.
Yeah, you
Thanks
too.
for doing some deals with me.
Yeah, give him a follow. Found them on YouTube actually, and ran into them here. So
I paid him.
yeah.
Who made him say that? What? The rest of the show is pretty standard. This is me making a deal at the end of the show with another vendor that he had some cool cards that I wanted to bring home. Maybe think about grading, and that'll be in another future video. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that. But that's not where our journey ends. After the show ends at around 9:30, we finally made it home, and it was 12:45. So the next morning, I'll give you the rundown. Honestly, that show was awesome. Total numbers, as of everything I calculated from doing the inventory, the singles, graded, all that stuff, we ended up doing $1,830 in sales, which is our biggest sale so far besides Bailey at Crave, who bought out our table. So second biggest. His was like almost $4,000. But 1830 is pretty decent for us, and I'm really happy about that number, especially starting out. We did $3,000 in trades, and then we did like we did 1,500 in buys. So that's like $6,000 a little bit more than $6,000 for our show in one day, which was absolutely crazy. We just did a Saturday show. Minus 230 for the table fees brings our total profit to right here. Okay. Well, I'll see you guys in the next one.